Hey, Crypto Growth fam, how's it going? This is your host Shazib signing in. We're back with another video, folks. Qnt The Deflationary Jam for Interoperability. It's going to be an interesting one, guys, so make sure to watch till the end. And, folks, for those of you who are new to the channel, we primarily discuss utility coins and potential gems. If you're interested in any of that stuff, then subscribe the channel and hit the notification icon for regular videos. Anyways, folks, let's see the gem known as Qnt. This is Collide over here. Insights. Qnt fixed 14.6 million supply drives scarcity with no inflation risk. Its utility, licensing, gateway fees, and staking ties value to Overledger's adoption. Folks, any good project, folks, which we invest, obviously you invested into you invest because you want to beat inflation, folks. You know that the dollar, it has got unlimited supply. Obviously it gets printed whenever desired, so you want something to beat inflation. So you want something as a store of value. You can look into gold, or you can look into BTC. But what Qnt and these utility projects do differently, folks, aside from having a fixed supply, they also have utility. That means that the tokens, they are not only limited, they are not only scarce. This is a very simple idea, that they're not only scarce, folks, they also have utility. They are going to be utilized, further increasing demand. And not just that, according to this post, look at this. The enterprise's lockup for access reduces circulation as demand grows. Basically, the token circulation. So QNT can deemed as a deflationary gem for interoperability, folks. This is amazing what these utility projects can achieve. Okay, so look at this. Talking about utility, talking about partnerships. It is a huge rabbit hole, folks. Look at this. This is tokenizer. JP Morgan's advancing their DLT efforts into UK, and you know that Quant network is already deeply integrated within the UK infrastructure, Project Rosalind, Central Bank of England, you name it. This comes perfectly timed with the UK Digital Securities Sandbox 2. What is interesting is that we recently also found that JP Morgan likely leverages Oracle blockchain, and as we know, that is powered by QNT. Obviously, powering something huge and having indirect or direct connections with the likes of JP Morgan is never bad, it never hurts. As we've seen, Oracle blockchain platform and Oracle digital asset both confirmed to directly leverage Overledger and comply to SATP ISO TC307. And we also know Geoffrey Barnard from Oracle was a very key member to Oracle's infrastructure. Awesome. We can see the connections now. Check this out. In fact, he's also directly listed how he had brought on various clients onto using Oracle blockchain. Many of these entities we already knew connected to Quant, such as the RLN, City, and the BIS, folks. As you can see, these are huge names that are already connected. And now we're seeing that JP Morgan is also up there, and this is huge. This shouldn't be taken lightly, folks. These are the connections. These are the small details that the community sees before the investors, and the conviction holders see before the rest of the crowd. These little subtle differences is what matters, folks, in the long haul, between differentiating winners and losers, the projects that are going to be making it, the projects that will fail. Obviously, any project can fail or succeed. That is, I'm not saying that at all, folks. But the partnerships, the insights, the information, the research, it is all relevant in making a rational, logical decision. It's on obviously. never a financial advice. You have to do your own due diligence. You have to only invest what you can afford to lose, because as I always say, that any project can succeed or fail. But the writing's on the wall. Look at this. It is certainly interesting to see a bank the level of JP Morgan suddenly now extend to UK for digital payments all of a sudden. So suddenly we're seeing these giants being interested in UK in digital payments, and we're saying that indirect connection might be there with Quant, because Quant is really deeply integrated in the UK infrastructure, and it certainly seems to line up. This is what I'm saying. Look at this. It certainly seems to line up with the Bank of England's progression with the digital bound, which we know Quant Network has had a role in. JP Morgan in the testing phase and everything. JP Morgan launches blockchain-based Kinex's digital payments in GBP UK. Okay, 7 hours ago. Kinex's by JP Morgan. Let's read this out. Payments for the digital securities sandbox. The timing of Kinex's digital payments launch in the UK coincides with the early stages of the Digital Securities Sandbox, a joint initiative from the Bank of England and the Financial Conduct Authority (FCA). Folks, FCA is the equivalent of SEC in the US. The FCA is the SEC of UK. Basically, we asked JP Morgan about its plans to get involved, but it declined to comment. Anyways, let's see the highlighted parts over here. Institutional transactions will be enabled with Finality, the tokenized settlement solution that uses central bank money. Okay. Most of the UK's largest banks are also working on the Regulated Liability Network, the RLN, folks, a tokenized deposit payment solution, but that's not yet live. Okay. Look at this. Some connections. This is Geoffrey Barnard, CEO and CTO, founder at Machine to Machine Learning, M2M, FinTech 2.0, digital assets, data sharing, AI agents, so many different segments and sectors in the world of finance, in the world of FinTech. Vice President, Strategy and Business Development, FinTech Data Platform, Oracle, folks, and full-time from January 2024 to December 2024. Redwood Shows USA. In this role and a member of the database development executive team, I personally brought a series of top-tier, world-class financial services and fintech customers to Oracle, which were previously not Oracle customers. So look at the customers over here, folks, that were not first part of the Oracle, and look at the names over here. Bank for International Settlements, Innovation Hub, Clearbank, Citibank TTS, Regulated Settlement Network Consortia, Regulated Liability Network Consortia, JP Morgan TTS. This is what we're talking about, folks. And you know that Quant and Oracle seem to be tight, and these are the connections that we're talking about, folks. This is the gem that we're talking about. I defined the Oracle FinTech Data Platform strategy along with pioneering key customers and partners. Achieved certifications for Oxford FinTech and Cambridge Digital Assets for Enterprises. Quant obviously focusing on enterprises, the financial giants, financial firms, financial organizations. These are really great connections over here. Some technicals over here, folks. This is CryptoLens, Qnt, Elliott Wave. Yeah, A, B, C, D, E. Some define it as ABC, some define it as A, B, C, D, E. Regardless of that, if the first move happens, then we get a correction. As we know, in the Elliott wave, the third wave is the highest, and with the most vigor, it might even go on and break through that $1,000 level, folks, because Qnt has remained undervalued for a while now. Gilbert Verdian likes this. Ismail Arabas. Another successful week in ISO International Organization for Standardization, ISO TC 307 for blockchain and DLT in CEN and Senelec with INATBA. It is the International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications. Thanks to NBN and Agoria for hosting us and preparing a fantastic plenary to more than 60 delegations to achieve the promises. This is the standard, folks, that Quant network is functioning in and maneuvering in. It is in the level that a lot of different projects haven't even tasted yet. It was a momentum to get consensus, conversion ideas, and resolve comments for proper resolutions. Excited to be part of all group of experts committed in ISO TC 307, the standard that Quant network has. These are the standards, the trust standards, basically. This is awesome. As you can see, folks, constant developments, constant progress is being made when it comes to defining these standards, developing these standards, and Quant network trying to reach new levels when it comes to these standards. Knowledge up only. I present to you the mid-wit bell curve. Invest here, invest here. Look at this. The curve is when the curve comes down, this is the most difficult part if you've invested around here, folks. Okay. These are good levels to invest in, by the way. Even if it goes down, you get that conviction hold that, yeah. Anyways, this is El Shadow. We had a bullish cross on altcoins and nobody seems to care or notice. The last cross, altcoins went on a tear. 100 simple moving average, 200 simple moving average, crossing this 200 simple moving average, basically higher. Yeah, look at this. The simple moving average is crossing the 200-day simple moving average. And you know that when this happens, not all the time, but when this happens, obviously when it crosses it, there is a chance of a move, but we do not know if that move happens or not. This is C Traders talking about the third wave, which I talked to you about in the Elliott wave, folks. Look at this. C Traders is saying that when QNT is at $1,000 per token, new investors won't care that QNT was only $69 at one point. All they will care about is how many X's they can achieve on their investment. Folks, now I would like to add one more thing in this. And I agree with this statement over here. Oftentimes, folks, when we see a price at $1,000, if we are the old investors, if someone is the old investor, they will say, yeah, at one point QNT was at $69 or say $70. It won't go higher because people already think it is really high. But when the new investors come, folks, and when those new investors are the institutions or giants, they do not care what the price was at one point. They only care that what can we do with the token or the infrastructure, what can the infrastructure provide us, and can it go from $1,000 to $10,000? That is what the investors, the new investors, they care about. So you, on the other hand, will be saying, I'm so glad I went hard at $69, or you will be saying, I wish I went hard at $69, $70, $71. Which one will you be? So it depends, because people oftentimes are now saying, let alone $1,000, people are saying that QNT was priced at around $10 or so, and now it is $69. It might be really highly valued at the moment, but a lot of people are saying that it is really undervalued. So this is the same scenarios, folks, the same analogy. For some it is undervalued, for other it is still overvalued, and people are saying that it will fall. There's no way, red dot over here, there's no way QNT doesn't put in a new all-time high this year. Best tokenomics on the market. Quant is a store of value for me, store of value along with utility. Added the utility is a bonus with the store of value. So yeah, buy QNT before it is too late. Great. Okay, act accordingly. This is C Traders again. Look at this. Return on investment, price $69.65, market cap $1 billion approximately, investment $10,000 if someone invests, folks. Then if it reaches these levels, folks, $15 billion. I mean, if it reaches $100 billion, that a lot of people are saying that it is really, really easy for QNT, or really easy, then we are almost getting $1 million. I mean, that is insane. I'm not much of a price prediction fan. I do not like price predictions, but these are some insane gains if QNT reaches to these levels. And the people are saying that billions are nothing because Quant network is trying to disrupt trillions. Let's see how it goes, folks. Regardless of that, what do you guys think about Quant network, and do you indeed believe that it is a deflationary jam for finance, a deflationary jam for interoperability? I would really like your opinions. Do hit the comment box below and let the community know. Anyways, guys, this was it for the video. If you liked it, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification icon if you're interested in utility coins and potential gems. And you can also support the channel by becoming a Patreon, so do check that out. Like I always say in the end, until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, everyone.